Scrawny, how you feeling?
I'm feeling fantastic. I'm incredibly excited to be able to cast this grand final, especially as it's Argentina versus Turkey, and I can only hope that we can do half the job of our colleagues. Of course, Jackie and Harold killed it, and we're going to be looking to do the same.
Alrighty, so the countdown begins. Map number 1 is upon us, and it is going to be Train again. Argentina facing off against Turkey. Like they said on stage, it's a David versus Goliath story. Turkey only dropping 1 map throughout the entire duration of this 4-day span. Argentina fighting from the back foot tooth and nail, and they managed to make it all the way to the grand final, to the main stage. They are ready to rock and roll, and I'm just hoping for a hell of a series here.
I'm absolutely sure that it'll be at the very least that. So it's going to be Argentina on the CT side. At the very least, they've got that bit of an advantage. It's going to be a smoke and a diffuse here for NBL with a frag on Straka, who's currently got it already primed. And that frag grenade's not going to be doing damage because the T side not yet pushing down. Turkey with 5 players up here in the brown halls.
Yeah, a lot of box hall control, and they're kind of showing their hand towards this inside bomb site, and rightfully so. But look at this positioning from Straka. They're just pushing straight down sidewalk, so they're getting a lot of well, forward progress for free, but it's going to be the bomb drop. Straka finds the first blood, but it's Xantares and Calyx to answer back. Tommy's going to be able to find the headshot. We're going blow for blow here. Calyx can't get it done, and Teutenhen is going to be able to find another one as well as Tommy. It's all down to Despain in a 1 versus 3, and he can't get back to the bomb site. Find cover, and he will go down. That's a 3K from Tommy and a defuse for Argentina. They pick up the CT side pistol.
I mean, what a start. Obviously, Tommy with a 3K already. He's been one of these players who's just been hitting so hard today amongst others on Argentina. So for them to pick up the pistol, obviously, this is a fantastic start. We are playing on DE Train, where the T side is definitely more difficult. So for there to already be the denier of the pistol round and then those 2 potential conversion points, this is a fantastic start for Argentina.
Now here's what's scary is when that series between France and Turkey went down, Turkey was able to anti-eco them like 3 or 4 times in that series, which is massive, getting that second round buy down. But because they get the bomb plan into this round, I don't think we'll see too much of an investment out of Turkey, and there you go, rightfully so. They're going to upgrade some pistols, but they're going to play it safe. No utility, no body armor, and they're going to be running pretty much into a grinder here. But look at this big investment from Argentina. They've got 4 rifles on the board. They've got an MP7 as well, and NBL is going to be locking it down. But Johnny Boy going to chime in on a frag with Major, and that is going to swing the momentum into Argentina's hands early in the round.
I mean, NBL, he's on that MP7, right? But he's got to be cautious as he's already at the bottom of the ladder, which if Turkey decide to fall a player down, could very well clear him out. And if that does give Turkey the equalized 4 versus 4 and a weapon, things could get a little pedantic. But it's going to be Xantares from the top. He, rattles off a couple rounds, not making much of a contact. Still, everybody in the side of Argentina, they are perfect.
Yeah, very healthy as far as their HP count is concerned, and if they come back around towards ladder room, this might be NBL's chance to shine. He's going to be able to find that opener, and look at this flank coming around from Ivy. It's Johnny Boy for the backstab. They've pinched him in. That Molotov is going to flush him out in towards Olaf, and that's going to be Teutenhen to find one. NBL from the ladder room finds another, and Teutenhen finishes it off. That's going to be a 5-man stand for Argentina, and they're going to start building up that money. $1,200 made in that round from NBL.
Now, what's scary here, right, is that since Argentina don't lose any of these players, that cash flow is still looking fantastic. And the moment we can get an AWP into the hands of Johnny Boy, the entire side of Argentina just becomes so much more lethal. Of course, that's going to be happening in the near future, but once they need to lose these weapons, that's when they're going to rebuy. With 0 deaths, Argentina's still looking fantastic. Turkey going to be investing heavily as they did find that round 1 bomb plant. They've got their AKs, a bit of utility to work with, 2 smokes within the collection, but Argentina technically here not favored with the weapons.
Not favored with the weapons, but definitely heavy favored with the utility. But it's going to be Xantares coming out from Pop Dog. Manages to find 2 frags, Teutenhen and Tommy down, but Johnny Boy's going to be there for the refrag. He's looking for another one, and he's going to get it. So we're equalized back into a 3 versus 3. And look at this, coming out from ladder room. Straka's going to find one as Johnny Boy falls. Paz is going to be able to answer the call, finds 2. The MP7 going to be able to chip him down, and Paz on only 40 HP. They're going to play Ring Around the Rosie in the train yard. And both of them very, very low, but the long range does not, it's not an advantage for NBL in this situation. And Paz, he just needs to play patiently. That nade just a little bit off the mark. And now NBL, this is a good position for him to be in.
And what's scary with this situation as well is that Paz now has a bit of a read, and he has confirmation now that NBL's still on that train site. So NBL has to be cautious. All it's going to take is a single stray bullet to knock down the last remaining Argentinian. Meanwhile, Paz does have a bit more of a buffer. So NBL, he needs to connect more than just one shot, or he's got to make it a headshot, and he finds it. Turkey tried to come in with the early buy, but Argentina's got the response, and they're shut down.
And not only that, because they didn't upgrade any of those FAMASas or that MP7 going into that round, they're going to have buku bucks moving forward, so we should see the AWP from Johnny in the near future. I actually expect to see them go for another money farm buy, a couple of SMGs on the board, and there you go. There's going to be 2 of them, MP7 and MP9 in their hands. They're going to try to accrue as much money in this anti-eco round as humanly possible so that they can have an even bigger buy going into the next gun round. But 3-0 for Argentina, and they quell the early buy from Turkey.
It's the start they needed. It's certainly the start they wanted. As you mentioned, 2 SMGs still in this one, but nobody really taking too much of an initiative. We've got Straka down here towards the bottom of the ramp, so he is playing that closer contact, and if players start to cross, he can certainly start to mow them down. However, he needs to fall back if there are just too many players. And if he does fall back, you'll have Tommy to support him with that AK from within the train yard. Again, he's going to have this grenade primed in hand, so it's a nice little bit of a reaction to prepare for this push. But Xanteras, again, on the Deagle, just looking for an angle. It's really just Turkey taking this one slowly because they do still have Despe out within the trains.
Yeah, and Tutanen is pushed up all the way down Ivy right now, so if he just bides his time and they circle that bomb back around, he's going to have an advantageous positioning. But Despe, he's going to be the linchpin into this round. He's coming around towards Old Hell. See if he can do anything from this position. There is a player up in heaven, that's MBL. Is he going to spot him, though? Know exactly where he is, and there's a dink onto him. He's going to be down to 53. I think that was actually a TK. Because there's no way without having head armor that he's not going to die from that. And yeah, Paz actually hits him, and that gives his position away. And now Tutanen and NBL are going to be able to circle back around. Tommy getting in on the action as well, and it's going to be down to Calyx in a 1 versus many. And Tutanen's going to take him down, so the SMG's doing the work into that. And Argentina are going to take a 4-0 lead.
I mean, it's just an anti-eco, but still the fact that they clear it out with 5 players, again, right, this just continues this ability for them to rebuy with ease. And again, that economy on the side of the CTs is going to be so difficult to clear out. If Turkey, once they find 1 round, they need to continue forward. So Argentina, they're not going to have an AWP into this one. Johnny Boy is going to be sticking with that M4A4. And of course, on the side of Turkey, we've got Despe with the op. So he's going to be looking for an angle into the A site, trying to find a pick, pluck a player out, and then of course from there, use the man advantage to execute in.
The big thing about this as well is if Argentina pick up this round, then they're going to be able to salvage the op off of Despe. But look at this positioning, and Straka is going to open up, falls back through the smoke. He's got a teammate to bail him out. That's Johnny Boy on the other side. He pulls out a nade, though, an untimely air, and Paz is going to capitalize, pounces on it, and we'll be able to rectify that man advantage back into a 4 versus 4.
Right now, Straka has to be incredibly cautious. He does have support from NBL from within the Zed connector, but Despe's positioning down towards the bottom of Brown Halls. He has to be pushed back. That's an excellent usage of the incendiary grenade because, of course, he knew that there could have been a player already holding that angle, and this allows now for NBL to support from Zed and move in towards the site as well.
The boost play up in the box halls is going to put Despe up on top of Xanteras. He's peering down to the back red train. See if he can find anything, but nobody's so brazen to go up on top of it. So they are going to be looking to maybe re-infiltrate this B-bomb site. And Straka, well, he's just watching for that slope, and look at this positioning from Tutanen. He's coming around from the back lines.
Despe's aware of it, though. We did see that AWP just trained on their flank, but now it's going to be coming to the execution. Xanteras is going to be the first one to drop. Straka traded back by Paz, but it's Argentina with another 3 versus 2 here as Turkey to have control of the site. Despe to clear the back, but he's now the last man standing, and with only 25 points of health, it's going to be a difficult clutch. So Tommy clears him up with ease, and Argentina to the 5-0.
Are they going to be able to salvage the op, though? It fell next to the train, and they don't manage to pick that up, but with the money bonus starting to stack up, there's going to be decent economy now for the Turkish side. Whether or not they invest into this round is yet to be seen. Highly unlikely, though, with most of their players. Oh, actually, I stand corrected. They're going to go for the force buy into this one. So no SMGs on the board for Argentina, so they're playing this one properly. They're not going to go onto the risky buy and try to go for the money farm once again because they are starting to stack up the money. And you can see it's going to be a big buy down from Turkey. So if they drop this round, it could be a 6-0 score from Argentina. And they look like a completely renewed team on this map after getting beat down on it earlier today.
I mean, we've already talked about how prepared these teams are, especially their coach on the side of Argentina, Kamikaze. This guy is a monster. He's been up all night long preparing for this, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually particularly prepared. Calyx, however, opens up that A site. 2 players down already. 210 still within the train yard, and Straka about to rotate downwards. Again, Argentina can certainly bounce back as 210 finds 2. Johnny finds 1 more. It's back to the 2 versus 2, and Turkey incredibly tagged. Calyx out just past and he too drops as Johnny Boy clears things up once more. Of course, it's nobody else.
Unbelievable play, unbelievable recovery from Argentina. That was a 3 versus 5, and Turkey coming out a little bit stale in this matchup. I'm a little bit confused as to what's going on. Those were 2 back-to-back beautiful frags, but took a decent chunk of damage from that one. And these frags coming back around, Johnny Boy just biding his time over by the Ivy hallway, and he finds the right time to pounce. And we will see another force buy from Turkey. 6 rounds to the good for Argentina. And man, what a renewed look in this Ivy push. There's 3 players on top of the dumpster outside of main. They're not going to be able to spot him just yet, but if they drop off the top of the dumpster, they should be able to get a read on it. But the push is going to be coming back around. The smokes are landing outside, and the pressure is going to be on. And NBL is really the only one to defend this. They do have another player out there, but the Goosh, or the Dink comes out. But the long spray fight, Tommy's going to capitalize, and Xantares hits the deck. The flank is coming in from T-Con as well. They've got to be cognizant of this. Teutenheim is going to be behind them, and they've actually infiltrated the set hallway.
Exactly. Paz with very unorthodox positioning here. 210, however, he's going to be dropped by Despe. Tags the player in the engagement, so Despe only sitting on 17 points of health, but Paz's positioning still unknown. He could very well be the thorn in the side of Argentina. Tommy swapping to his secondary as Johnny clears it out, and it's Argentina with another round.
Stellar play from the Argentinians so far. And I mean, just to look at the scoreboard, 10 kills, 2 deaths for Tommy. You've got 6 kills, 2 deaths for Johnny. You've got 6 kills, 2 deaths for NBL, 9 and 3 for Teutonen, 4 and 4 for Straka. So the assists aplenty for him. And on the other side, Major, 0, 0, and 7. He's bringing up the GoldenEye. Yeah. Little James Bond action going on in the server right now, and that's very uncharacteristic because he was a big factor into the overpass win for him earlier today.
And I mean, speaking of uncharacteristic, there's still no AWP into the hands of Johnny. We've seen this player use just the P250 if it means getting that buy, and instead he's going to remain on the rifles, but I don't blame him because it's been nothing but success for Argentina, so if it's not broken, why fix it?
Exactly. Now look at this aggression coming out from the CT side. A couple of pop flashes go in towards that T-Con, and that is going to flush out the terrorist side. A Molotov and a smoke as well. So expending that utility, pop flash comes back around the corner, but there is no pressure. It's Xantares outside of T-Con on T-spawn side. Trying to find a little bit of a commotion over in that area. The Johnny Boy spam fight going down towards Ivy. Neither of them connecting on those shots. The only one taking any damage thus far is Xantares, but he's going to be walking right into this one. Teutonen right around the corner.
Xantares goes for the entry, but Teutonen finds the kill. Now, of course, there's damage dealt, but it's still the man advantage to Argentina, and Turkey now having to reel backwards into this. So they do have players over towards Ivy. They can certainly hit this A site from 2 different directions, but unfortunately for Turkey, there's still 3 defenders for Argentina within the site.
One of the big things, too, is they didn't actually see that second player that was pushed up into T-Con, so they could have potentially left him there for a lurk play, but they're out through Ivy. Major's not going to check the angle fully, and Teutonen's going to double up on the round. He finds a second, drops the nade out towards the Ivy lane. There's nobody, well, there is actually one more person out there, but Johnny Boy manages to find one. Despe coming around the corner, but NBL pushing the smoke. Going to catch him out? No! Despe with the spin around and a third! It's all going to be down to just Despe now. He's got to ace it to win it as Straka does manage to find Calyx. 20 seconds left on the clock and a whole lot of work left into this round, but Despe with a couple of really nice shots.
And meanwhile, while he's finding these frags, it's Straka to go all the way around the back. Now Tommy takes a hit from the wall. He's still alive here, but has to be cautious. Position known. Despe already with 3. He needs the 1 versus 2 ace clutch rate in this moment. Straka, however, spots him on the plant, and it's Argentina with another, yet to give up a single round.
Really nicely played there from the CTs. It came down to those really nice shots from Despe. Almost got the momentum back in his factor. Gets the tag up into heaven. But unfortunately for them, I mean, look at these shots from Despe. This was some beautiful work, but too little, too late. The spin around shot, the flick shot up here into heaven as well. You didn't necessarily get to catch, but 8-0 for Argentina. And we talked about how strong their CT sides are. Where was this earlier? Yeah, and a tactical pause coming out from Turkey. It was one of the things that Sponge, the former in-game leader for Renegades, used to say, that if they lost the string around 6 rounds or more, that they would always take a tactical pause just to shake off the nerves, shake off the frustration, and start fresh. So that's probably what we're seeing here. But again, I mean, look at that scoreboard. Just the amount of frags that are coming out here for the Turkish side. You've got 16 kills in 8 rounds, and you still have a player with a goose egg.
Yeah, which is scary, right? But, I mean, what's also scary is Johnny has now upgraded himself into this AWP.
For free.
For free, exactly. So again, we see this, the 0 investment, right? Mm-hmm. For him to be on that op now, anything Turkey are going to be preparing, if they discuss what has not been working for them in the previous 8 rounds, well, if any part of that doesn't consider Johnny with the AWP, this is already going to be a change in their defense. So this could definitely throw a spanner into the works. They need to be cautious of him, obviously, all the time. But he's not even at the top fragger currently. No. It's 210 and Tommy are leading the charge. Excellent stuff here from Argentina.
Yeah, I mean, you can't downplay this at all. 8 rounds in, and you've got all 5 players right close to 1 kill per round right now from the Argentinian side. Not to take anything away from Turkey, they've been cracking into these bomb sites. They just haven't been able to execute in the late game, and that's the biggest thing that's holding them back right now. So we'll see if they change up the pace. We'll see if they change up where they hit. They've already got a player down into Pop Dog. They've got a couple of players up in the Brown Hall. A nice movement from NBL. He's going to get himself self-boosted up on top of that Zed hallway ticket booth.
These Argentinian players have such great mechanics. Obviously, we see Johnny Boy on Cash, always self-boosting himself onto Shroud, and he closes the door simultaneously while he jumps. Just absolute style points, and again here, going to be replicated by the player boosting up NBL. So Tommy's still over here towards Ivy, keeping an eye out. Of course, Turkey does have a man in this direction, but the majority of their armada sitting over here towards the ladder room.
Yeah, Bomb's still outside of T-spawn, and Johnny's going to be solo on the inside train yard, and that's the biggest change about this, is Johnny's been playing over towards Ivy, but there's the opening pick, there's the second one as well. NBL and Straka going to be able to find the opening couple of picks, and that's the two heavy hitters from the Turkish lineup. Paz is going to be able to get a refrag now, so it is going to go into a 4 versus 3, but still a lot of work left into the round. He's going to be able to spot another player out, but Tootenham coming back around through Old Hell is going to be able to find that refrag, and that puts it into a very advantageous, well, Johnny Boy is going to make it even better for the Argentinian side. Kalix, your last man standing, coming down through Ivy, making a boatload of noise. The flashbang comes out. It's going to be off the mark. He's going to find one. Free firing around the corner, and Kalix is stuck.
I mean, at this point, Tommy looking to not take the initiative as of yet, but still Kalix able to find the kill and not in a tradable position. So Argentina, they've lost 2 players here. Now they have to take this moment seriously. 210 already tagged, 30 points of health. Johnny Boy still sitting on 100. The odds are Argentina should be able to trade this frag, but the clutch possibility is still here. Kalix just waiting. He's got 20 seconds left on the clock. The bomb is nowhere to be found. So Argentina, they simply have to stay alive, and Kalix is going to be looking to take their lives. He spots 210 on the cross. 10 seconds left. He's going to be chasing it, but while he chases him, Johnny Boy catches the back. He's got his teammates back as he leads the charge. Another op shot, another frag, and it's Argentina with another round.
And as much as we hype up the individual play of Argentina, one of the things that kind of has been an unsung hero for them is their team play.
Yes.
Coming into this, I mean, you've got, I mean, the player that carries the most notoriety behind them is obviously Johnny Boy. The crowd has been hyped about him the entire time. He's opping, he's in-game leading, he's leading and having all of that structure for his team. But these guys are firing on all cylinders. 9-0 over Turkey. This is a very uncharacteristic and unexpected scoreline going into this matchup, and this is massive for Argentina. If they can keep this up, that's the question. How long can they maintain this? Because, I mean, Johnny's got to be a robot, because I've never seen somebody go from crying to cheering to fragging to, you know, screaming his lungs out to crying again to back to fragging. It's just ridiculous. He's got to be a machine and sent down here to just punish Turkish players.
Jack of all trades, most certainly. Johnny Boy going to be expending a bit of frag grenades. That's going to be dealing 0 damage out towards Ivy. You can see Turkey just spreading themselves thinly all across the map. They have presence in all the potential places that Argentina could be pushing. So Argentina, they're just sitting. You can see them rotating their players around, reacting accordingly. 210 still within the train yard, but only 1 player towards that B site, which is perfectly fine at the moment because the bomb is just kind of indicative of the A site strike. Turkey still have a minute to play with, but again, because they only have these AK-47s, they can't find that one long-range pick into the site. Instead, they're going to start to push. 210 gets wind of the push. Despe finds the frag. However, it's Turkey sitting in the 5 versus 4. And now Zantera is going to be adding 1 more to the collection. 3 players standing for Argentina. All of them trying to reel back. And simultaneously, 3 sudden frags. It's all of a sudden an advantage out of nowhere here. But Major able to bring it back by at least still 1. 30 seconds on the clock as Straka knocks down another.
Yeah, and the bomb still hasn't been recovered outside of T-Con. And look at NBL's positioning. Luckily for Major, he circles back around in towards the T connector and is going to push in towards this outside train yard. The biggest part about this is they've got a player at back old bomb, pardon me, and that is going to give up the positioning. Now the flank can come out. 10 seconds left on the clock. The fake bomb plant does come out. No time. He's got to stick it. NBL. He's going to double up as well. 10-0 Argentina. And look at this. They're not even screaming their heads off yet. They're not even going nuts. They are focused.
They're here for business.
Super focused.
They're here to win by the looks of things. So Argentina 10-0, 2/3 of the way through this half, and already, again, the big old goose egg for Turkey. So not a single round given. Johnny, again on this AWP, and there's no response as far as sniper rifles are concerned for Turkey. They've even got a Galil here on Kalix, so you can see obviously a stark limitation in their utility as well. If, of course, Major had been able to get that bomb plant as opposed to faking it, then that would have at least cushioned their purchase. But Johnny Boy once more taking the fight, and it's a 5 versus 4 again here.
Yeah, and I mean, I want to look at the scoreboard after this round is over just to see how the frag distribution is for the Argentinian side, because I'm pretty sure everybody is at like 9+ kills now. I don't think that there's been a round yet that a single player from Turkey has survived. They've all been fragged out every single time, and I want to look at how many bomb plants they've actually gotten, because I think it's only like 2 in 10 rounds, which is the craziest thing. I mean, the money bonus is stacked up, so they're going to be able to continue to apply pressure to Argentina. But for now, I mean, look at the dynamic opping of Johnny. He finds the second one. He gets the pick on inside from inner upper, rotates all the way back around to the outside train yard, and gets a pick on Pop Dog. That's ridiculous, the mobility of this man.
It's unreal.
And
Potentially a third.
Another one.
Again, now NBL chiming in with one. You can see Calix trying to simultaneously peek out with Despe, but again, it's just going to be Major down with the clutch. A 1 versus 5 is highly unlikely, and NBL sweeps out any chance he had.
Look at the frags on the Argentinian side.
Everybody.
We're 11 rounds in, and 4 out of the 5 players are on an average of 1 kill per round. Straka is the only one under that, and 11 deaths for every single player on Turkey.
Well, I mean, this was my concern coming into this one, right? We had
2 plants as well.
Exactly. As Soich had said on the desk, that Turkey, they're bleeding. France took a map off of them, and even that third map was so damn close, despite there only really being a large amount of frags from Kiyoshima. Now, they're playing against an entire team firing on all cylinders, so this is a whole new beast to deal with, and clearly they can't for the time being. There's still 4 more rounds for Turkey to grab, but this could be it. As Major knocks down 1, and Major knocks down 2. He's created a space here for the A-site plan.
Yeah, there's definitely a chance into this round. It's going to come down to the 2 versus 5 retake situation now for Argentina. Best looking round from Turkey so far in this half. And it's coming on the back of that Major push with that Tech 9. And again, Despe's going to be able to chime in. This should be the first round on the board for Turkey. Tutenhen is going to fall back from this one. But the big thing is the reinvestment from Argentina is going to be absolutely fine. They've got the money for it. They've been stacking the chips up for a couple of rounds now. And Paz should be able to find it and will. So nobody's surviving from the Argentinian side. 5 rebuys necessary. And yeah, they've got plenty of money to move forward into this next round.
Now, what's
Johnny
great,
Boy should have the op as well.
Exactly. And what's great here for Turkey as well is they keep 4 players alive. So despite only winning 1 round this far into the half, it all comes down to how can they bounce back forward. Of course, this is Train, and it's not too uncommon to see these CT sides be very lopsided. So again, we can see here 4 AK-47s, the Galil, plenty of grenades. Turkey, they have everything they could ask for, and Argentina, they're in the same boat.
Yeah, absolutely. Triple push, no, double push down through Ivy. Johnny's going to pop out the flash, and they're going to push behind this one, and they don't actually catch it out. Zanteris is going to find the opener. It's a fast push towards inside, and Straka's going to get caught. They're not actually accelerating behind this towards the inside train yard. They're going to revamp and go back down through Pop Dog. And look at this from NBL. He could be the one that throws the spanner in the works. Tommy's going to be able to rectify that frag. Major goes down. It's a 4-on-4 situation now, and Johnny Boy on the bomb site. Going to be looking for him to come out from Pop Dog. There's 28 HP left on Paz. He's going to be looking for anything that he can find, and look at Johnny get even more aggressive. But Johnny Boy goes down, Tommy goes down as well. It's going to be another nice round here from the Turkish side. But like I said, NBL, he's the one. He could make the difference into this round. He's going to be able to swing out, drop the bomb carrier. At least he's going to be able to put Tutenhen in a situation where he can readjust.
Exactly. Still a minute to play with as well, right? So he has the opportunity to potentially find an isolated 1 versus 1, and for every player he kills, he just increases the chances of success. Despe is going to be having his op trained down towards that Ivy Hall. 210 slowly but surely has worked his way now next to the bomb site plant. He has a kit, so if need be, he can definitely stick the bomb, but having no utility means he's just going to have to rely on positioning and angling. Zantera is looking to be covering the player who's still next on top of the bomb. They're using these incendiaries as well now. Turkey just buying time off the nades, but now 210 coming out wide. He's spotted by Zanteras, and it's a consecutive round for Turkey, so they are still in this game.
Yeah, and I think that actually is going to force an eco round out from the Argentinian side. They didn't have a lot of money left after that buy down, especially going with that expensive op in hand for Johnny. So this is a key pivotal moment in the map for the Turkish side. They're looking to get a 4-round half out of this one, and they've got an opportunity at it right now. You can see they are going to go onto the save here, but we've also seen Argentina steal away some rounds with those CZ75s and the pistols in hand.
You're absolutely right. So, I mean, this time they don't have armor. It's going to be a little bit less likely, but still the lethality of those pistols within a certain distance. Of course, this is why they're congregating themselves in towards the upper brown hall, and if the timing works, they could very well catch Major. Major could be seeing the 3 players boost. NBL is able to trade frag that back off the CZ, and now this leaves a player isolated. Paz, he's going to find both, so he quells the worry of Turkey as they knock down those 2 flankers. Johnny Boy now the only man standing. He's going to spot Zanteras, taking shots to the chest, however, as he's dropped down to 30 points of health. Again, all he has is this P250, and he too will fall. So Turkey find a 3rd, and they're showing up when it matters.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a 15-0 half, that would have been really, really scary for him. These were some nice shots from Paz. Just able to finally finish off those couple of players that were out and around that outside train yard, or inside train yard, pardon me, that pushed up aggressively towards the box halls. But 11-3, could be an 11-4 half, could be a 12-3 half. We'll have to see how it pans out here in a moment. But Argentina, they're still in this one, obviously. They've got the heavy lead in Turkey, finding 3 rounds in a row now, breathing a little bit of wind into the sails. We'll see if they can capitalize. Despe on the AWP, Johnny Boy on the AWP. And this is one of the best op-on-op duels that we wanted to see throughout this entire series. And so far, it's Despe missing a relatively easy shot there on the Tuten.
Johnny's slowing that angle up towards Brown Hall, so he's all alone on towards this B site. The rest of the team for Argentina stacked around A. And again, with Despe opping into here, and they're not being an op looking to find an angle back into it, they have to be extremely cautious, because if they lose that player, it's going to be, of course, the eliciting move for Turkey's execution.
Slow play out of Turkey. They don't want to give up this round. They don't want to allow Argentina to find anything, and Despe will find Tootenhen finally over there by the backside of the 3 lane. And it's going to open up that outside train yard just a little bit. You can see how passively Johnny Boy is playing on inside with that AWP. He doesn't want to give up too much, but he also wants to be fast on the rotate if the time comes for him to go towards that outside train yard. So you can see the bomb starting to posture up. The nades are going to get thrown out here towards the outside yard, and we'll see if they decide to go ahead and hit that area or if they're going to hit back in towards the inside. And NBL trying to go for an information play, but he gets punished. So it's going to be a very difficult situation for Argentina as it is a 3 versus 5.
Alex speaking out of the corner. Tommy nearly finds the timing, and he will grab the frag, but Paz able to trade back, and now Johnny Boy chiming in with one of his own. It's only a one-man advantage here for Turkey. All 3 players trying to push up into the A site. Major dropping the first, Paz drops the second. So Argentina with an 11-0 scoreline straight out the gates. Turkey bring it back by 4. That's a saving grace.
It's actually a little bit scary too, because Turkey is going to take a bit of momentum going into this second half pistol. It's going to be whether or not Argentina can win this pistol to just completely take that wind out of their sails moving forward. And a pistol round victory here for Argentina could net them up to 14 rounds before all is said and done if they can get through the anti-eco. So this is a great position for Argentina to be in. Turkey, with them getting those 4 rounds, does make it not fatal for them if they lose this pistol round, but it's going to be a mountain to climb for them moving forward. So into the second half we go. Pistols in hand. It's going to be Tootenhen with the utility for the T side, as it does look like they are favoring that bomb over towards Pop Dog ladder room and in towards the inside bomb site. Major taking up Straka's position in that inside hallway. Just going to lob out that grenade if they do spot anybody coming around that corner.
210's going to be playing the point. Of course, the bomb nearby as well, so that's going to be spotted here by Major. He disengages, doesn't use his utility, so he will be able to use that later in the round if need be. The smoke grenade going to be going down towards the B site. This elicits a rotation from Turkey. You can see one player already through the Z connector and a second nearby. Major repositioning himself to the back of the site. 210 going to be going for the verticality here. Now he spots at least one, and there should be a second close. You can very well be aware of this, but looking to disengage. The bomb now, it's not even really over here towards the B site.
Yeah, Despe actually drawing first blood. Calyx is going to get blow for blow with 2 players down on Ivy. He's going to be able to find one. Can he get the second one out of this one? He does get goosed around the corner with the box down to 56, but Despe comes in and saves the day. Keeps him on his feet, keeps him standing, and now the bomb is going to have to rotate back in. The forward positioning here from Tootenhen is beneficial, but he is so very low, and we know how strong Xantaris is with the pistols. Unfortunately, not able to connect, and they haven't gone for the plant yet. They need to get that bomb down.
Paz, he finds the one. That's 210 up in the forward positioning. Now Johnny is not going to be able to find this plant because they'll just overwhelm him. Instead, he needs to at least grab a couple of frags. He's got 30 seconds to play with here, but Despe from the back lines with the USP is able to find the frag. And Despe really in that pistol round saves his team.
Yeah.
When that Ivy push is coming through, 2 players in, of course, the first man playing Ivy gets the first kill, but as he falls back to reload, there's still this pressure being applied, and the moment he rounds the corner, Despe clears it out. So Turkey with a 5th round, and a start same as Argentina.
Yeah, and due to the no bomb plan, again, we're going to see the second round force. The Desert Eagle for Tootenhen, Tech 9s for the rest, armor for everybody, and a Mag 7 for Major. So he's probably going to play a close position on, well, I thought for ladder room, but that has a good dink going out. Johnny Boy's going to be pretty much out of the picture for the remainder of this one. But look at this, coming around from ladder room, and it's Xantaris and Calyx to get the spray down. 4 frags, you blink and you miss it, and it's down to Johnny Boy, who got dinked at the beginning of the round, 14 HP, trying to wheel and deal over here towards Ivy, but it's going to be a tall task.
Certainly, especially with 14 health, just not even to mention his arsenal here. So, I mean, best case scenario is he finds himself 1 frag, but Turkey going to be playing this one incredibly disciplined. They already have control of the bomb as well, so they don't have to be cautious about portions of the map that they're unaware of where he could be. And Johnny Boy not with really much to save here. I mean, a minute 10 as well. He walks on out, and his Paz with the game read, he gets it, and that's going to be another one here for Turkey.
Yeah, so we'll see the full save come out from the Argentinian side here for their terrorist side half. And it should be Turkey picking up the 3 rounds to start this one off after they split pistols. An 11-0 scoreline. If Turkey comes back from this one, it is going to be a tremendous comeback, and that could be detrimental to Argentina's morale going forward. But this spray down from Xantaris, what a beautiful piece of marksmanship from him. And, you know, we hype him up almost every single time, but rightfully so. He's an absolute animal when he's on the rifles. Even when he's got an AWP, we saw it on Overpass earlier today. But he's an absolute monster with that. Close quarters for Major with that Mag 7, still from the last round. Didn't upgrade anything. We'll be seeing what they can do. Close range with the ump. Going to tag team. Despe finds 1 and 2. And again, Turkey starting off strong into the round.
And Argentina playing with this vanilla buy, they have absolutely nothing to work with, not even a single flashbang to try to take the initiative. So they just spread themselves thinly to see what exactly Turkey throw their way. And of course, it is aggression. Paz going to be adding another one to the collection. Still, Despe with another. It's just 1 man left standing at the bottom of the ladder.
Yeah, trying to get back up through the ladder. Going to get denied. Major going to make that $800 off of that shotgun. Going to take down Tootenhen. And a strong round from Turkey. They keep a lot of players alive. They farm a lot of cash money out of that Despe with 3 SMG kills. So moving forward into our first full gun round, potentially the up on both sides of the equation for both teams. Johnny should be able to pick that up as well as Despe if they so desire. We'll see what kind of buy they have going forward here. And actually, it's not going to be an off. Johnny Boy is going to stick to the AK-47 for the sake of some utility, and Despe will be on the off. So look for him to be the game changer for the Turkish side.
When we saw the early victory for Argentina at the beginning of the half come out from that 5 rifle purchase, right? So there's nothing to say it won't happen here on the T side as well. And with the utility, they can set not only potentially 1 volley of nades into the site, but the fake as well. So Despe's going to have that up, and currently he is standing over here towards the top of the trains, using the verticality of this position to find that angle downwards. Argentina just, again, spread thin, holding, waiting, much like they did in the previous round, but this time they've got things to work with. Despe, though, knocks down 1. That's Johnny Boy out of the picture.
Yeah, big frag there for the Turkish side, but NBL in the meantime is able to get out to Olaf, so he's going to be looking for a little bit of a revenge frag moving forward, but Straka, slow peek, he gets his leg spotted. And there's another frag, Despe. I told you the game changer with that AWP on the CT side. Turkey definitely happy to have him. NBL out in front again, still over at Olaf, not pushing any, just biding his time, waiting for his teammates to get into a better position. The bomb is on his, or the bomb is actually over in the box halls in upper. They're going to be looking to maybe push that around and try to infiltrate one of these bomb sites, but now NBL shows his hand, maybe trying to provoke a rotate, and you can see it actually works. 1 through Z hallway. That is going to be Santeris making his way around, but Paz drops him. That's the bomb down.
Despe's going to be about to spot these feet as well, but NBL actually grabs 1 frag, and 210 chimes in with a second, so we are back into the 2 versus 3 here. There's 25 seconds left on the clock. The bomb is down. This round should be unlikely for Argentina, but anything's certainly possible. Calic's going to be peeking wide as well. He spots NBL and damages him as Despe clears the frag. It's Xanteris to simultaneously take the second. So Turkey have managed to find their way back to the 11-8.
Yeah, 3-round difference right now. And the difference makers for the Turkish side is obviously Despe with the AWP, but Paz up there with 17 kills as well. Xanteris lagging behind a little bit here, but it's not that big of a deal as they are starting to string some rounds together. 3 rounds being the difference right now at 11-8 scoreline. And we'll have to see if Turkey can continue on. They're going to get a pretty much easy buy round here. It's going to be just some upgraded pistols. They do put armor on Tommy, some mobility with that Tech 9 as well, and see if they can do any damage. It looks like they might just aggress towards inside. That nade's going to come out around the corner. Does a little bit of damage on a Tootenhen. Not really a lot to speak of, and that pop flash is on point. He's going to drop out the Molotov. They could push behind that. Major is going to be able to roast one. Xanteris with the double spray down, and this round is basically done.
And they still got these double deeks. They're just looking for a pick, but you're absolutely right, especially now as the bomb goes down. NBL is going to be pinned here as well, as they do have the line of sight in towards the ramp. Despe from the back line with the AWP. It's Turkey now within 2. Things are starting to get a little bit scary here for Argentina.
Yes, this is a 9-straight round run from Turkey. Remember, they won 4 in the last bit of that first half. And the funny thing is it was actually when Johnny picked up the AWP on the CT side that we started to see Turkey pick up rounds. But now we're going to see the big investment from Johnny Boy. He's going to have the AWP. So we're going to have that AWP on AWP battle right now between Despe and Johnny Boy. Who is going to come out on top? You can see, obviously, the hype is starting to build up between these 2 teams as this match gets closer and closer to a tie ball game.
That's exactly right. We saw Argentina feed off of that energy when the games got close. So now as we reach that situation, they need to just stay calm and compose. Major, though, finds the first. He peeks out wide. He's going to be denied. Tommy able to grab the second frag, and now Xanteris is going to be rotating in. But because this is so quick, there's no player actually on the site. Johnny Boy's going to open it up. That's a second frag now, and the bomb's going to be planted. So Turkey, they're rotating in. 3 players still standing. Argentina in an excellent after plant situation. Straka still has this Molotov as well, so of course they can use that infamous molly down to deny any sort of a defuse. And Turkey as well also have utility, but no smoke in this case.
Yeah, Flashbang's playing right on the other side of the smoke is Tootenhen. They're going to start to push on up. The Molotovs come out. Tommy's going to be able to find another frag. He's looking for a second, not able to find it, but this positioning from Tootenhen, this is the clutch play. There's one. Not able to get the second one, but flank is going to be coming around. No, actually, they're both in the inside box halls. And nice shot from Johnny Boy. Knocks him down. The AWP makes the difference. And Argentina are going to find themselves on a 12th round, extending their lead back up by 1 more. But because some of those rounds for Turkey were so clean, the investment should come back out, and it will. This shot was sick.
Exactly. Just on the jumping player, right through the edge of the wall there, gets the read. He expects the push, and again, they had that Molotov as well, so they really didn't have to take an initiative, even if he did try to tap anything. So Again, Argentina, they find themselves around. 3-point lead here as Johnny's attempting to pick into the A site, and he finds the shot. That's the opening. Zanteres already out of the equation. 5 versus 4 for Argentina heading forward. Turkey's going to be looking for some sort of a response here. They need to equalize it now before Argentina can use this man advantage to properly execute into a site and really use it to their strength. But Despe's still inside of the A site. He's got this AWP. If he finds one shot here, it's going to be equalized back to the 4 versus 4.
Yeah, the patience on the Argentinian side, though, they didn't get overzealous behind that pick. They didn't want to give too much away too early on. They want to be able to keep that man advantage or at least trade positively going forward because they are starting to build up money. They did get that money bonus, so a loss here would be a hard reset for them, especially since they lost 3 players in the last round, so they need to keep that economic edge over Turkey. And another round win here for them could net Turkey onto a save round. The smokes are execute for the outside train yard. They throw them all out, but look at this creep coming on Ivy. 3 players over in this area. They're going to bomb a smoke down towards the bottom side. Molotov to follow. And they're going to start this push behind it. Molly is going to maybe cover them so that they can get into the smoke and get into the back lines of old bomb train. But in the meantime, Tommy coming out through the T-Con, and they've also pushed out from Pop Dog, and Straka is going to find Calyx. That's a great opening pick, but on high, oh, what a ripper from NBL. Takes down Paz. Finally, Despe with the AWP pounces, but it's still a 2-man advantage, and the bomb is going to get planted. So now it's decision time, Turkey. Do you go for this, or do you save for the next round?
That's a huge question, but for the time being, they're just going to hold angles, and NBL, despite being seen there by Despe, finds the kill through the edge of the wall once more. Major also known his position and revealed, so at this point, Argentina can just fixate all of their attention to his last known position. Even if he rotates over here towards the B side, he's just looking to get away at this point. Yeah. Argentina looking to take away his gun. They've got, of course, NBL nearby in Zed, but keep your eyes on the radar as 210's coming in from the upper hallways. He's going to have to hit a really long-range shot, but Major just doing anything to survive here.
He should be able to get away from this situation. I mean, they are very close. They're going to hear that pop flash come out as well. So Tommy and Tootin coming around from both sides. They're going to spot him out. He's going to tuck away in the corner, and Tootin should go down, and he will. And they do take the gun away. So that is a small but great victory for the Argentinian side, and this was great from NBL. Just barely spots the shoulder jumping up. Despe never had a chance, and with only 18 HP or 14 HP in that situation, that is a crucial kill for him to get. 13-9 now. We're going to see a force buy out of the Turkish side, but if they drop this round, it's going to net Argentina a 14th, and they are going to be on a save afterwards. It's a double-up setup for the first time, and it's already working for him. Tommy goes down, fast aggression towards the outside train yard. Scrawny, they're just brawling right now.
Exactly, and Despe looking to re-peek. It's going to be Zanteres to add one more. 210 finding a response here, so it is still the 3 versus 4. Johnny on the op from the back lines, looking to apply some cover to his teammate, but 210 with an 8 in hand. Johnny finds the frag, but he does lose 210, right? So now it's a 2 versus 3. Straka also tagged in this engagement, has to be cautious. He'll drop, and the bomb as well hits the deck. Johnny to the top, he finds the op shot. Only 2 players left standing here. One on that UMP, but he misses the opportunity to bring it to the 1 versus 1. That one's so incredibly close, but a bit of a heartbreak.
Yeah, they gave him a chance into that one as well. Turkey peeking one at a time there at the very end of that round. It's definitely not the wisest decision when Johnny is on point and he has his favorite weapon to work with. If we take a look at Johnny Boy himself, just going to bask in it for a second, man. This is actually my first time and your first time casting in front of a major live audience in a stadium event like this. So I'm very, very ecstatic to be here, and I know you are as well. And this audience has been fantastic these past 2 days.
Serbia does not disappoint. Argentina on these upgraded pistols. Of course, Deagle's Tech 9s, this is not where they want to find themselves because it gives Turkey a very realistic opportunity to find themselves back into this game. Of course, looking to slowly but surely bring it back. 3 rounds make the difference at the time being. Bomb slowly working its way up towards these brown halls. Argentina, again, just playing this slowly.
Nova Terrace. Going to be playing close on that lower ramp inside with that Nova. If you can do anything with that one, that's going to be a cash farm for them. They know that they're going to be on the save round with as close as some of those previous rounds have been. So Argentina, a little bit on the back foot right now. Could close in within 2 rounds again on the Turkish side. But remember, Argentina was able to answer back with 2 rounds in a row. All they need is 3, and clawed out a little bit was Zanteres, but that's all right. That's $1,600 in 2 shots, not a big deal. NBL, though, does manage to catch out Calyx over by Ivy, so they're going to continue to push. And if they can force this rotate, well, never mind. I was going to say if they can force Major to rotate off of the site, they could potentially get the plant, which is the end goal there. With Paz cleaning up the 2 Ivy players in Straka and NBL, and we are within 2 again.
This is scary. That reset on the side of Argentina definitely hurts, and they know it.
This is a big round right here.
Absolutely.
This is a massive round. If you're ever going to cheer before, now's the time to cheer for both of these teams. This is one of the most crucial rounds in this map, as it is going to be Argentina on the big buy down as best that they can formulate, and we'll see whether or not they can come back and start winning some more rounds. But Turkey, they are doing a very solid job of closing the gap.
Yep, it's going to be Major now on that Nova, not Xantares, but already he is up in towards the brown halls with that smoke covering his presence at the time being. It's an A stack from Turkey, 4 players nearby, 3 dedicated actually to the site itself, and just Calyx trying to keep wind of what's going on over here towards Ivy. Now the smoke grenade is just going to keep Argentina at bay. They had 2 players over here initially, so they fight for the map control, and they're just going to leave Straka as an anchor, as now NBL rotates back to help out the bomb carrier.
Major's playing solo on the inside bomb site with a Nova right now, so that's not exactly optimal. Xantares is in the back lines now. He's rotated in towards the Z hallway, but he's going to go back towards outside. Pop shot rattles off. Despe not going to be able to connect, and we're going to start seeing them push and collapse towards this outside train yard. They've got 2 players down in Pop Dog, 2 players coming out through T-Con, and they are going to have to land some shots now. Now is where the pressure is on. Now is where they need to step up, and Xantares finds one. NBL's going to be able to trade back with Xantares with the second. Calyx finds Straka, and Despe in the outside yard manages one more. It's just Johnny Boy with a Tech 9. He is going to be able to get a parting gift onto Despe, but they will take him down. Turkey pull within 1.
I mean, it's a scary situation where it seems as though Turkey is just finding themselves round after round, just gobbling them up one after another, and now eventually they'll take the lead, supposedly, if they want to get themselves into the victory. However, we have to remember, Argentina have been in this situation so many times in the last 4 days. Literally almost every match. Throughout, of course, their group stage, 16-14, 16-13s. It's just been incredible, so never count them
Quarterfinals, 2 different overtime maps. Going into this final, they had a 16-14 victory. I mean, just back and forth throughout. They've come to brawl, and they've come to prove themselves, and they have done that in spades. But it's going to be Xantares, Paz, and Despe to shut down the outside push once again, and we will see a pause from the Argentinian side. They want to talk things over, and rightfully so. Now that Turkey is poised, well, they will be pulling even with them. 13 all, 26 rounds now behind us. Every time it seems that we cast an Argentinian match, it just goes the distance.
I mean, all their games do, so it's
ridiculous.
Of course, this pause. I mean, what is it exactly that they can be thinking about? I mean, Turkey's thrown the double op setup at them. They've definitely been finding success shutting them down on these A plays, and unfortunately for Argentina, there's actually been very few rounds where they find themselves in either a bomb plant situation or an advantageous position. Really, Turkey's just been kind of swarming them.
Yeah, one of the big things that I've actually noticed out of this is the couple of rounds that they got was actually 1 round towards that inside train yard. They were able to get that opening pick. They were able to swarm on that train yard, and they were able to get in there. That's one of the biggest things for me is they've got to realize that one of the players almost every single time is just spotting towards that inner lower ramp. So a smoke onto the sidewalk, a pop flash out, not necessarily even sending somebody through inner upper to try and disrupt the players coming around from the Z hallway. If you've got a set smoke strat or something like that to smoke the back train lanes on inside, you should be able to cordon off the area and at least get in, get a bomb plant, and try to push forward into that train yard to try and stop the rotation from coming back around. And that was something that Argentina did very, very well that 1 round that they were able to get into that inside train yard. So I would like to see them stay mobile. I would like to see them get into that inside yard and make it happen. But right now, I mean, Turkey, they're showing that they might have been down, but they are certainly not out. After an 11-0 start for Argentina, we are here. 27th round is upon us, 13-13 scoreline. Johnny Boy with an op, Despe with an op, and a full rifle buy to support.
And they're playing it right now with a 2-1-2. They've got 2 players pushed out towards Ivy for Argentina, 2 players just clearing out the brown hole. So looking for early aggression, but Despe finding an off angle from the top of the plant train. That's, of course, going to be netting not only Argentina a disadvantage, but it's Johnny Boy out of the equation here. So NBL also tagged at 30 points of health. He too damaged so far in these engagements. There's 1 minute and 20 still to play with here, so Argentina can take their time. They can look to re-engage from a different direction. As the bomb is still down towards T-spawn, they're eventually going to have to move anyways.
Right, and 2 players down there at Ivy. Nice shot from Straka, though. He takes the op out of the equation, and Despe has been wreaking havoc on them in that outside train yard. And with him being able to take him down, that's going to equalize things onto a 4 versus 4. 30 HP for NBL, 41 HP for Calyx. Everybody else very, very healthy into this round. So we will see once the execute starts to come out. They're starting to creep back to pick up that bomb. Where are they going to hit? If you're Argentina, I feel like inside might be the right call in this situation because they're going to have to go with a heavy play towards outside. And with them starting, I mean, you can start to see them creep You start to see them move. And Xanteris is kind of second guessing right now. You can see him strafing back and forth in the Z hallway. He doesn't want to give anything up. And that's the smoke I was telling you about. That's a deep smoke into the train yard that's going to cordon off a large portion of that they're going to be able to push behind, but they also need that sidewalk smoke right there.
Exactly. Now, with the problem with this situation that Argentina, they use that utility, and it does kind of elicit this rotation from Xanteris. You had mentioned how he was debating as to whether or not he wanted to switch to the B site. He does choose to commit, but this could very well pan out as it pulls a player away from A. And now Paz, however, he's going to find one, and that's going to be the bomb down. Straka dropping frags. It's just no control here for Argentina. 210 still alive. Straka dying in the engagements. It's just a 1v3, and again, as you had mentioned, time being the factor. Turkey takes the lead.
Yeah, they waited so long on that execution that once they went for it, all they needed was the frag on the bomb carrier, and it was unrecoverable from that point out. So a little sloppy from Argentina trying to get into that outside train yard after getting the initial pick, and a big pick at that, taking down Despe, who is the top fragger. Xanteris right behind him now at 23 and Paz at 23. So we talked about who was going to step up. Xanteris and Despe were the analyst's choice. Major was the one that they were talking about the most, as he is the in-game leader for him, but right now it's Paz that's kind of joined the mix. It was Kalix earlier in the week, but it's going to be Paz this time around, and doing a sensational job at that as Turkey come up and find themselves on 14 rounds, and Argentina with a lackluster T side thus far.
I mean, that's been a story quite commonly throughout the weekend, right? They do find success always on their CT sides, or at least for the majority of those games, but again, so it makes sense here. There is very little utility for them to execute in. They've got that double flashbang and a smoke grenade to boot, but Turkey with the positioning and certainly the advantage. Despe with that op is so damn deadly, but Major's going to be now looking to reel back just ever so slightly. The flashbang does keep Argentina back, so that's a great usage of utility. Johnny Boy, Tech9 off. Oh, there it is. Tommy finds the opening. NBL finds the second. Now they're going to be able to push the bomb. They get the device activated. Despe missing a shot as well, so it's a 5 versus 3 here. Johnny Boy still not able to acquire himself a primary, and Paz now taking down a frag, so one of the players out for Argentina, and another drops to the floor as Paz finds a 2K in the round. Now 210 still playing towards the bottom of the ramp. The other two players up within the back of the brown halls, but the smoke grenade pluming onto the bomb does mean, of course, that defuse is a threat. 210 going wide, though. He finds one. Kalix going to be returning it out, and Despe drops to Tommy. Last man standing was Kalix, but Tommy with a double. It's another round for Argentina, and they too are looking competitive. Nowhere are they out of this game.
They've looked competitive the entire time. It's just that they've had a little bit of a slow start to their T side, but a really nice round there. And like I said, the fast strategy, getting those opening picks, being able to find that. Really, really nice job from them, and they're going to be able to solidify their 14th round. We are now
Look at that muscles.
Look at that meathead down there.
Harold.
Yeah. Harold the meathead. Gotta love it. The 14-all is the scoreline. Double off setup comes out once again for Turkey. And a nice shot from Xanteris. He finds himself down into Pop Dog, and that is going to take down Johnny Boy. So a good start to the round for Turkey as they look to push up on 15 rounds, but Straka's actually going to pick up the open. We've seen him hit some shots in the past. Just looking for it. It's so close.
Such an incredibly tight angle, but I mean, Turkey does have this double op setup. Last time they had this, they found the success, and I mean, finding that 5 versus 4 is a great opening, but Despe missing the shot does just gift a small little window of opportunity to Argentina. Xanteris, however, chiming in with a kill of his own off that scoped weapon, does just leave 3 Argentinians left standing, and I mean, they're sent reeling backwards as they've lost control in all different sorts of directions. Turkey very much prepared to take a 15th round. They can just keep their players committed all around the site. Their defense really has no weakness because they have 2 players in the advantage.
Worst part about this situation, too, is that if Argentina drops this round, spots the toe. Knows that there's a player around there, Despe. Using the scope to his advantage. And there you go, takes down another one. Paz as well chimes in. They're keeping 5 players alive. No rebuys yet for the Turkish side. And like I said, this is worst case scenario for Argentina because with them losing that round, they have hardly any money to invest into the 30th round. But again, another map that goes the distance overall that Argentina is playing in. And Turkey, I mean, they had 2 back-to-back 16-14s that they played earlier, so they're no strangers to the grueling battle, the brawl that's going back and forth. And remember, Argentina in the quarterfinals played 2 overtime maps.
I mean, these very rapid B takes have actually been panning out for Argentina. So
yeah,
they've got a buy here that actually could favor this sort of a play with the armor, the Tech9s, and the utility. They can put it into the back lanes, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do. But instead, they just try to push the envelope straight out onto the A site. Despe with a boost over here towards Ivy. He's got an eye vision down the lane, but Xanteris smoke. It's only so limited of views. And Xanteris switching to the secondary, chiming in with another. Xanteris finds one, and it looks like Turkey take the round. A 16-14 again added to the record for Argentina. So close. and yet they tumble. But we have to remember, of course, that our analysts said on the desk, and I would agree with them, that obviously Train of all these maps